everyone, it's Professor Kettler. I'm going to go over your Module 4 worksheet since it can be a little confusing in finding some of the things in the directions. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Module 4 and you want to scroll to the 4-2 worksheet. You're going to want to download the Module 4 worksheet. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to practice reading peer-reviewed articles. And you have to find peer-reviewed articles from a specific list, all right? So it used to be that the list was linked here, and it's not here anymore. So a lot of people will go to the worksheet, and they'll open it up, and they'll go, okay, there's still no list in here. Where's the list, right? Then select one article from the list. There's no list. So very confusing, SNHU. The list is actually in the guidelines and rubric. So you're going to want to open that, and there is the list right here. So you're going to watch a video, you're going to review like this worksheet, like especially if you've never done like peer-reviewed research from the Shapiro Library, like these are pretty helpful. So this is your list. This is where you should be getting your peer-reviewed sources from. So when you click on this list, you can see there's several to choose from for each issue. So you have 3 links to water issues, 3 links to air quality issues, loss of biodiversity or habitat loss, and then soil contamination, desertification, those things. So this is the list to choose from. Do not pick a topic outside this list. This is what you want. And so when you look at your paper, you're going to give the title of the article. You're going to cite it in APA format, which we have discussed earlier using Scribber. Then you're going to talk about what's the purpose of the article, what is the research trying to accomplish. Make sure that you answer both parts of that question. Methods. So methods is going to be things like, what did they do in the experiment? How did they run the experiment? You want to be pretty detailed in this part. The part 3 is basically summarize what the results were. You're talking about what was accomplished, and then don't forget, what do you want to see researched as a follow-up? So in this, it helps if I enable editing, sorry. What I would do in this one is I would write summary and then follow up, right? And so that way you have it sectioned off into 2 parts and you don't forget that second part. And then number 4 is select one other feature of the article that you believe would be important if you were using this for environmental research, and explain why. So again, what feature are you selecting? Are you picking the background? Are you picking the bibliography, the discussion, the abstract? What is it? And then why for environmental research? Like, why would you pick that? Like, why is that feature the most important whenever you're conducting your environmental research? And then you're going to cite an additional article. So in this one, this is when you're going to go into the Shapiro Library and find an article on that topic, on that same topic, and talk about how it relates to your initial article. So if we go and look at, we'll just pick this one. If we look at this article, hopefully it'll take me to it. Here we go. So you should be able to access it without any problems. But right, it'll give you, you're going to read through this, right? And you're going to look at, what happened in here. So it's a good, couple of pages, but it's not too bad because like there's your reference section right there. Right. And so you're in this article, you're going to find what happened, what were the methods. In this particular one, the methods are talked about right here, and what all they did. and what they found from this particular article. Now, sometimes when you scroll to the bottom, they'll give you the citation, but it's not here. So what I like to do is I look to see if there's a DOI number. And so I can copy this, and then I can go into Scribr, right, scribr.com. So you can see, right, where I went to. And then I can actually just paste that DOI number in there, and I can hit Cite, and it will populate it for me, which is super handy. Now you want to make sure everything's correct, right? The title is correct, the the author and all that stuff. And then I just hit Cite Source, and then there's my my APA citation. So that's a real quick way to do it. And then when you want to find your second article, you'll want to go into the Shapiro Library, and you can enter a keyword search. So this article was about nutrient pollution. So I'm going to search the library for nutrient pollution. I'm going to find another article. And look, all kinds of things that you can choose from, right? And so you would just, pick, you want to limit it to peer-reviewed on this left-hand side because we want it to be a peer-reviewed article. So you can see some of it got taken away. We want it to be an academic journal. So that's going to narrow it down even more, right? And so that's pretty much all you really need. If you want to mess around with the publication dates, you can. To have something more recent, that's fine. Most of the time it'll list it the newest versions first. So like for instance, like this was in 2022, this was 2023, 2019. And you can just click on the article and read it and, talk about in your, right, for 5, you want to cite it. So you want it to be an APA format. And then you just answer, how does it relate to the original research that you published? So hopefully that helps you. But if you have any further questions, let me know. Don't forget, in order to find that article list, you have to go into the guidelines and rubric, right? Because there's your list of resources, all right? And then, of course, you can review the rubric if you want to see, where your score is coming from, and making sure that you have everything that's needed for the project. And always reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to help.